Hello everyone, welcome to AKS IAS main section of free initiative. This is Santosh Koka. Today we will discuss one important question. Before that we will check small information related to new batch tspsc, APPSC Group 1 and Group 2 English medium Telugu medium classes will be started on 11th November. Prelims come mains integrated coaching offline live online classes will be conducted in this, right? For more information you can call these numbers. Next main section today's question for 10th November 2024, that is related to subject biodiversity. Discuss the key objectives of India's updated National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan 2024 to 2030 and how it aligns with global biodiversity goals. So here we are taking 3 steps before writing answer. First important thing is step 1, question reading. Within 1 minute we need to focus on this, right? What is the topic? India's recent updated National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan, right? Very important regarding the COP16 CBD summit, right? So how many parts are there? Only one part with different keywords, right? Discuss is the question, important question tag here. Here we need to focus on providing positive and negative aspects, right? What are the important keywords here? Key objectives is the first important thing. Key objectives means here key aims are important highlights, right? So objectives, right? So next, how it aligns with global biodiversity goal, right? So what is the connection? India's updated national biodiversity strategy and any alignment with global biodiversity goals need to include, right? Other than that, we can add some challenges and needed measures before conclusion, right? So if we create structure, first important thing is key objectives, next alignment with global biodiversity goals, next challenges, needed measures, simple structure, right? So next important thing is brainstorming. Within 1 minute we need to identify different keywords here. What are the important keywords here? First of all, we need to know the important highlights of the particular national biodiversity strategy, right? That is the very important thing here we need to know, right? So next, coming to these particular COP16 CBD summit related issues also need to include here as a current affairs updates, right? So and also importantly we can include some important particular programs. For example, MISTI program is there, right? Regarding talking about key objectives, especially MISTI program is there, or we have national agroforestry policy is there, right? Or we have some important examples also. Green India mission is there, right? So other than that, global environmental facility is there, right? All these are very important issues regarding the particular topic, right? Need to include here and there, right? So other than that, some needed measures also need to include, where we can include some public private partnerships or importantly biodiversity financing initiatives, etc., right? So these are the important brainstorming topics. Next, coming to writing introduction here, starting with current affairs introduction. Especially here we can add recent context, especially recent current affairs events. India launched the updated national biodiversity strategy and whatever we have importantly action plan 2024 to 30, right, at COP16 CBD, right? Very important. So here we need to focus on providing some important background. Background means, so we need to connect our COP 16 CBD only. We can include some major highlights here, right? Whatever we have major highlights of the summit, right? So India has updated the NBSAP to align with our coming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. That is very important to note here, right? Coming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, right? So establishing the national biodiversity targets, especially NBTs, right? It outlines almost 23 national biodiversity targets. This is the major important time. This focused on reducing threats whatever we have to biodiversity, ensuring sustainable use of resources and enhancing tools for implementation, right? So these are the very important issues background related. right? Next, coming to body part, here we can connect our important structure here, whatever we have created, key objectives especially, right? First of all, we need to address the first important keyword here. First of all, we can talk about conservation and restoration, right? This is one of the key objectives of NBSAP 2024 to 2030, right? India aims to conserve almost 30% of its land and marine ecosystems by 2030. For example, we have MISTI scheme here, MISTI program. Especially it focuses on mangrove restoration, contributing to this target, right? So next we have second important thing is sustainable use of biodiversity, right? Sustainable use of biodiversity is another important key particular objective, right? It promotes sustainable agriculture, right? Other than that, it promotes forestry, and also it promotes fisheries, right? So to reduce over exploitation here, right? For example, here we can connect our India's whatever we have national agroforestry policy, which encouraging sustainable farming practices, right? So other than that, third important thing is community participation. That is also very important key objective of this particular strategy and action plan, right? In the conservation especially, right? It focuses on increasing community participation in managing protected areas. For example, here we can connect Konoma village in Nagaland, very important, known for successful community based conservation, right? These type of examples or facts or data should be in our answer, right? Next important thing is climate biodiversity. That is also very important point here. Climate biodiversity integration also one more key objective, right? It integrates biodiversity conservation into climate action plans. For example, we have Green India Mission, right? It's supporting afforestation while addressing climate change also, right? So these type of keywords should be noted by you, right? In particular separate papers that will be useful for key revising time, right? Next, finally, biodiversity financing is also very important. That is also right here. It enhances financial and institutional capacity for biodiversity conservation. For example, India already using international funds like Global Environmental Facility, very important, GEF, right? So other than that, we can connect some challenges also. Before concluding, challenges also need to include, for example, we have funding constraints, right? Funding problems also is there. Conservation efforts require significant financial resources that need to include, and also we have balancing development and also conservation. That is also very important challenge here. Need to maintain infrastructure projects sometimes conflict with our biodiversity goals, right? That is also very important. Next, we have capacity gaps, especially lack of technical skills and awareness at local levels especially. Fourth one, impact of climate change, right? Regularly we are impacting or affecting from climate change issues, right? Unpredictable weather patterns make biodiversity conservation more complex. That is the main issue here, right? Finally, we need to include some needed measures here. Whatever we have some suggestions or solutions to the problems or challenges we can include here, right? First of all, we can talk about strengthening international cooperation, right? We need to strengthen our international cooperation, collaborate with global initiatives, whatever we have. BioFin. What is BioFin? Biodiversity financing, right? This is very important. Next, we have public private partnerships, right? So it engages private sector funding for sustainable projects. That is also very important. For example, we can connect technology for biodiversity also. Other important needed measure suggestion, we can use digital tools for biodiversity mapping and management, right? These type of needed measures or some solutions need to be provided before conclusion, right? Finally, in the conclusion part, with the right implementation, or if we follow above measures, needed measures, we can, or India can become a global leader, especially India will become a global leader in biodiversity conservation by 2030. That is the main important keyword can be connected here, right? So biodiversity related, whatever we have SDG, we have climate change related 4, 13, 14, 15, right? We like SDG goals also can be connected in the conclusion part, right? This is the perfect structure according to the demand of the question. Here we need to note the important points or reports or data, whatever we used here, right? In separate notes, you can revise in the before examinations, right? So this is the perfect approach. Let's take tomorrow's question, that is day 119 main Shikshna question for 11th November 2024. Discuss the significance of the first Asian Buddhist summit organized recently by the Ministry of Culture in promoting Indian culture and its global influence. Art and culture related question. This is very important. So recently first Asian Buddhist summit was completed, right? For this compulsorily for upcoming AP group 1 examinations, this may come in the examination, right? Please focus on that and write your answers and upload in the AKS app. Thank you very much. All the very best.